I've been in the gym getting my level up. Fenders getting gas, so I mash on the pedal. What? The backboard I crash, slam the rock to a pebble. What? The breeze from the past will assist your irregular breathing. Handle got your ankle in your knee in a disagreement. Now your balance taking off for bereavement. They wanna know what I be cooking up, cause then they think we be even. But I know, look, dished it, so I never seen it now. Gym getting my level up. Fenders getting gas, so I mash on the pedal. What? The backboard I crash, slam the rock to a pebble. What? My team is the strongest and we crush the competitors.
Hey everyone, another week with the Fast Break. Thanks for hanging out with us. I'm Tolly Carr. Today we're going to take a trip through Southern Fried Hoops. We have a little Norfolk seafood for you, some North Carolina barbecue, and we're going to give you some country fried steak in Alabama just to get things started. Now, Wally Pitt has never, ever, ever turned down a good plate. We have the receipts to prove it. But in all seriousness, he begins our coverage in Greensboro, North Carolina, on a very iconic day in American history.
What it do, everybody? It's your man, Wally Pitt, back on the campus of North Carolina A&T to check out those first-place Norfolk State Spartans as they pull up into Club Corbett and what's going to be a fantastic game. But I couldn't be on the campus of North Carolina A&T without coming through and checking out the February 1 Memorial. Now, when these guys did their sit-in at the Woolworth counter, they weren't intending to be Black History legends or in bronze in a statue. They just took a moment and did what they knew was right, showing that we all can make a little bit of history by stopping and doing what we know is right in our heart. So shout out to the Greensboro 4 as we get this Black History Month rolling. I'm going to head on into this gym and check out this battle for first place in the MEAC. North Carolina A&T hosted Norfolk State for first place in the MEAC, and it's no cap when I tell you the Club Corbett crazies were at the Spartans' neck from the second they stepped out on the court. They was all up in their ear. They had them on live. The Aggies came with signs and dances. They were ready in the borough for this one. And that energy most definitely made its way onto the court, as both squads decided to say, "What's poppin', Playboy?" to one another during pregame. Quay Parker was looking at Norfolk like, "What y'all gonna have for me in the dunk line?" And Norfolk did bring some funk down 85 with them too. But Quay Parker and his dogs had more yams than Thanksgiving dinner. And after what was probably the hypest pregame I've seen in the gym all year, it won't nothing left to do but tip that thing off and see who would be in first place in the MEAC when the buzzer went off. Quay Parker set it off with a couple deep threes. Devin Haygood gets the lob from Cam Langley, and the Aggies are rolling early in the first. But Norfolk had them shooters on deck though. Joe Bryant hits a heavily contested short step back J. Jermaine Bishop knocks down the open three at the top of the key. Kashawn Hicks bottoms one from the corner. But the energy in the building had the Aggie offense going ham. Cam Langley, another lob. This one to Tyrone Lyons. Dre Jackson hits 3 threes in the first half. You see him hit the MJ shrug, and the Aggies are up 12. The Spartans weren't about to let it get out of hand though. Stephen Whitley pulls up and splashes a 3. Then it's Whitley on the break with the finesse lay-in. The Aggie lead is cut to 5. But A&T goes on an 8-0 run to end the half, topped off with another oop from Langley to Haygood, and A&T goes into the break up 13. More Devin Haygood in the second. He gets the grown man board off the Andre Jackson miss, the up and under, and one. Haygood finished this game with 12 points and 7 boards. Stephen Whitley looking to get the Spartans back in this thing. Here's a strong drive and a bucket plus 1. Then he hits us with a nice cross and finish with the left. 12 points, 6 boards, 4 assists for Whitley. The Aggie lead is cut to 6, but A&T just puts their foot back on the gas. Ron Jackson open in the paint for the two-handed flush. Quay Parker with the soft lay-in off the glass. Then it's Cam Langley back on that lob work. and Ron Jackson finishes with a furious one-handed jam, and the Aggie lead is back to 12. Norfolk managed to get some buckets on their end of the court, but they needed stops to have any shot of a comeback, and the Aggies just won't have it. Above the rim slim, Quay Parker with the George Gervin-esque finger roll. He finished with 15 points. Cam Langley, 11 points, 11 assists, most of them lobs. Here's another one to Ron Jackson, and then another one to Ron Jackson. 14 points, 9 boards for the big man from Florida. A&T holds off a light comeback attempt from Norfolk in the final minutes and takes control of first place in the MEAC with a 74-68 win. The Norfolk State women's basketball team came into Greensboro unbeaten in conference play, ready to go heads up with a fierce A&T squad looking to make up some ground in the race for first place in the MEAC. Now, for all the lames out there screaming about how the women's game is soft and how ladies hoops ain't physical, this was most definitely the game to shut your mouth and send you into the kitchen to make these women a post-game sandwich. This game was scrappy, hard-fought, and both teams left it all out on the court. Jayla Jones-Pack going hard in the paint to give A&T an early 5-point lead. Spartans close the gap. Shanette Hicks out on the break with the tough bucket. Then it's Danielle Goodhope, straight to the rack like a clearance sale. She gets the bucket plus the foul. Norfolk down 1 at the end of the first quarter. A&T opening up the lead in the second with some help from their bigs. Leon Hill says hand down, woe man down. Leave her open if you want to, but she will knock it down. Then it's Jayla Jones-Pack back in the paint making big girl moves. Another strong bucket. She had a game-high 8 points in the first half. Aggies up 5 at the break. On to the second. Leon Hill open again at the top of the key. This time she dumps it down low to Jayla Jones-Pack, who hits the Lisa Leslie bow to the sternum, and I ain't see a charge, just a bucket. Aggies up 9. Blair Thomas comes back with a nice drive to the basket for Norfolk. A&T's Jasmine Walton, they call her Slick, gets her own board and gets 2 points on the second try. Then it's Slick going baseline with the hang time left. Spartans trying to get back in it. Shekinah Howard with the dime to Armani Franklin, who hits the reverse lay, but A&T is up 11 after 3 quarters. Spartans needing to make some plays in the fourth, and this is a good start. Shanette Hicks finds LaDeja James for 2. Then it's Blair Thomas for 3. Spartans down 6. How about Michaela Jones? Big time bucket in the paint. Norfolk down only 4. Then it's the play of the game. Jayla Jones-Pack misses the jumper. Leon Hill with the over-the-shoulder save, or should I say assist, and Sania McCray gets it, puts it in, and gets the foul. Then, Slick Walton finds McCray for 3. A&T is up 12 and Norfolk would never recover. Club Corbett gives the Spartans a Greensboro farewell, and A&T gives Norfolk State their first conference loss of the year, 53-39.
All right, welcome back to the Fast Break, everyone. I'm fresh off a trip to Alabama, showing some love to the often overlooked young men and women who are hooping in the NAIA. Trust me, don't sleep. They're balling down there. Let's take a spin now with the Tornadoes of Talladega College. Talladega back at home for the first time in over 2 months, hosting SUNO, Southern University at New Orleans. Leave no doubt was the word. Morris Dunnigan on the fast break dumps it off to Phil Winston. Then Dunnigan, he just has to get to his spot. Buckets. From deep, it's R.J. Kelly, and Talladega started the game on a 17-0 run. Yikes. More from Winston. Finally, a bucket for SUNO. It's Denzel Fields, 17-2 at that point. Dega running again. Winston throws it up to Ray Doby. Oh, Doby. It was so good. Coach Wright on the sideline giving back rubs. Doby, he's just a boss on the block. They like their guns in Alabama. Show them off. For SUNO, Tyrus Crawford with a bucket, but this one pretty much over by halftime. Dobie proves that point pretty emphatically. The only drama would be, would they get to 100? Why, yes, they would. 102, as a matter of fact. Talladega rolling.
I was really proud of our guys. This was only our second home game in 68 days. And so we've been on the road quite a bit. And so for us to get to come back home and play in front of our home crowd, it was nice. We came out with a great deal of energy and focus. And, from the opening tip, I thought we kind of exerted our will on the game. We had no one from last year returning. And so it was a completely new team. And we know it's going to take time to bond together and to, really gel. And so I love our talent level, and I love the character of our team and the toughness. And so I feel really good about us, moving forward. I think, again, we're a top 10 team in the country.
Earlier in the day, ladies first. Whitney Waters for Southern University at New Orleans. She's going coast to coast. For Dega, Taisha Jahan floats to the bucket. And then watch Jahan here. She misses the layup, but if you stick around long enough, something good will happen. Dega up 51-40 at the break. Second half, Jordan DuBose, nice left-handed block. That was a smart play. She leads the break. Then it's Tristian Johns on the baseline. I know you're thinking it. Kobe! Will the ladies get to 100? Yes, they would. 103-76. It's a sweep in Alabama for Talladega. Welcome back to the Fast Break, everyone. If living in a garage wasn't tough enough for Livingstone's Roger Ray, then his high school career took him all around the country before dropping him off in Salisbury, North Carolina.
Basketball, the only thing that got me through it, really, because in Raleigh, the south side we lived on, it was gang infested, it was poverty infested. I had every means to go that way, and which was a lot of my friends, everybody hooping Raleigh, so you might be doing whatever, but you still hooping, so I'm around all of them, because that's what the part of town I'm hooping at, where I could walk to. So it was tough, because I could have went either way. A lot of people went a lot of ways that I know personally, that I really know, like they know Raj, but basketball kept me going. I played in every tournament with any team. Like every weekend I was trying to be gone. I was not trying to be in the garage. I was making sure my little brother at his best friend house playing football. I made sure he was gone, and then I was gone. I was not trying to be there. So they be like, you team hopping, you doing whatever. I'm like, man, whatever. I'm just trying to hoop.
With the history of what they say about African-American boys, that this is what the story's gonna be. So I decided that that's what the story would not be, not with my children. That I would not, because I had the ability to build wealth, that I wouldn't chase the money. After the situation happened, I felt like my job as a mother was to teach Roger that he was separate from the situation. Like that didn't determine whatever his future was gonna be.
They would challenge the children in the neighborhood. Roger would, and you know how children can be. They be on haterade and everything, but Roger was good. And the thing is that Shay always was behind Roger. She always was behind Roger. They got that support.
My foundation started early. I was at Upper Room with Coach A. Lester. He really hard on us about the fundamentals and making sure to do stuff the right way, make the right play, the right pass. Had us running plays, so it was an easy transition. I always knew how to play the right way. Yeah, I knew I played street ball, but I knew how to play the right way, make a right-hand pass, left-hand pass, reverse pivot, jump style. I already knew how to play the right way, so it kind of made it easy.
I'm gonna tell you this, high school was amazing. See, most people seen it as the bounce around, but I seen it as the opportunities. You know, because God was speaking and we were just being led by God. So if the opportunity had closed over here, we would just look for another opportunity. And the opportunities kept getting better and better. You know, he went to Word God his freshman year. He went there, dominated, boom, rookie of the year. Then the transition occurred. It was like, oh my gosh, here we go again. And then, but guess what? We just took that and stride it.
I went to like 4 or 5 high schools, just trying to find my way. My mom just being in my corner, but a lot of people didn't want to, you know what I'm saying, give me a chance. Like, where the guy varsity supposed to play, but that fell through for no apparent reason, really. I was at Southeast for a little while. I loved it because all my friends were there and we was winning, but Coach Lester got the job at North Raleigh Christian Academy. So once he gave me a job there, my mama, the education and how they standards are with education, she was like, no brainer. She made me, you know what I'm saying, transfer and go there. So they really embraced me though. That was really fun.
One of the next pillars was North Raleigh Christian Academy. I am talking about. It was really amazing. First, because Coach Lester had transitioned there. Second, because they were just superior to me. They knew our situation. They embraced us. They gave Roger everything he needed. And for one of the first times, other than being at Upper Room, he had all the facility uses that he needed. All the equipment, everything was there. And that really, really helped develop him. And then after then, we was trying to find out, like, where is he going to go next? You know, and then I think Roger was playing somewhere, I think it was in Texas. And a coach seen him out there, and he was like, you ever thought about letting him finish high school in Charlotte? And I was kind of like, what?
My senior year, I went out to Charlotte. I lived in Charlotte and went to Kennedy Charter. And we did good there. We came second, I think, in nationals then. So it was like a roller coaster, really. But it was just like me just keeping that vision and keeping that steady, that I knew what I wanted to do. So I couldn't let nobody else stop me, even though there was a lot of obstacles that kind of made me like, nah, I can't do this because they don't want to give me a chance, or everybody, they saying the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You finally unfolded into that. But I just wanted to play basketball.
We had went to Chicago first because he was going to go to school out there because I'm from the Midwest. And then the guy called again, and so we left Chicago, drove all the way back to North Carolina, and then to Raleigh, then drove all the way to Charlotte. And when we got there, Roger said, you know what, Mama? I think that was it. And that was it. And then from that transition, he went to prep school, which was absolutely amazing too. He got to stay at Barber Scotia, it was the old Barber Scotia College. And let me tell you something, that coach put those boys together. They were family. He loved it. He put the program together. He actually got to stay on campus. So this was Roger's second time being away. It was so many different paths, but all of them led to the right path. So I think that was God's way of developing him in his own way. Because if he did not want it or desire it, he would have stopped. He never stopped. He never complained. All we did was kept on coming up with the next plan.
It was kind of at a dead end as far as high school. Then I went with Coach Frazier, one of my AU coaches from when I was young. He came. He really said, you know what I'm saying, oh, Ray, you in town? Yeah, come play. No practice, no nothing. Come on, just get to Greensboro. So I got up to Greensboro. I played. I got MVP like 3 games. No colleges really big, but my prep school coach was there. He seen me. He been coach when I was little, but now he stopped coaching AU. He coached prep school. Now he seen me like, I got a jersey with your name on it. Called my mom, and I was headed to prep school in a month. So in prep school, it was over with because Coach Davis, that's my man. He really believed in me, and he always told me to play my game. And him and Coach Sharif was really what stabilized me because it was always erratic. So when I got stabilized in prep school, we was at Barber Scotia College campus, and we just grinded. Really like 5 a.m. grind, then go work out at 10, then you got open gym at 1, then you got practice at 5, and then another practice. We was really grinding. It really gave me that stability and that family environment. They really believed in me. Nobody really ever believed in me at that point besides Coach Lester. And they believed in me and pushed me. A lot of coaches started calling after that 51-point game I had on Allen University. So a lot of coaches that called, and Coach Ralph from McNeil from Livingstone called. But at that time, I had a lot of D1s. So I'm thinking I'm going that route. I really, really wanted to go to Central with LaVelle Moore because he was from Raleigh. So me and my mom sat down with him. So I kind of did brush Coach Ralph from Livingstone off, but he ended up being the one that saved me at the end because when it came to qualify, I was a partial qualifier, and the D1s they didn't really want a red shirt. I only didn't qualify because my grandma had passed away. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, my grandma. She passed away in 2011. We was living with her. This around the same time we're going through that little hurricane. So we living with her. She getting her little welfare check. She helped me go to school. I had a scholarship, you know what I'm saying, to help me with basketball and school and stuff. They gave me F's on my report card for the whole semester for all my midterms because we couldn't pay the money no more. So they gave me F's for midterms I didn't take. So I had about a 3.5, 3.6 my whole high school career everywhere I went, but them F's right there brought my GPA all the way down because those are really midterm grades. And I sat out of school about 4 months because they didn't want to resubmit me or help me out. So I ended up having to take them grades and go to Southeast and just take the final exam. So I was mad because I know I didn't put myself in that situation. I was making sure I wasn't in that situation. But when it came to a point, it was like, okay, I might not go D1. I might not go. I might have to walk on a red shirt. I was ready for whatever, really. Cause I know if I got a shot, I'm you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna show that I could hang or belong or whatever. So I just had to deal with reality, and I said, I'm gonna take it where it comes. My dream was never really to go D1 anyway. I didn't have no, I gotta go D1, because I see a lot of people go D1 and fall to the wayside. You got that school on your shirt, but you don't got nothing that, you know what I'm saying, to that represents it, or you don't have nothing to show for it. So I just wanted to go to the league. That's my only goal. I ain't care where it came from. I don't care, you know what I'm saying, D1, D2, D3, that didn't really matter to me. So, you know what I'm saying, it was a blessing in disguise.
My favorite memory is Garner Road. This is another player in the CIAA, Julius Barnes. He was supposed to be like the best point guard in Raleigh. So I actually witnessed it on Garner Road. My brother broke the scoring record of Garner Road on him, and that's the one memory I always hold, because people kind of compare people and stuff, because one person has the more opportunities and stuff. Roger actually got to show it right there. Hitting rock bottom kind of put you in perspective now, to see where we're at now, to see the success he's having. It's kind of like surreal for me to see, like, even being in this interview is surreal, because I seen him when nobody wanted to offer him, and no coaches didn't want to even talk to him. And we had to travel for the workouts. If nobody was coming to us, he went and got everything he got, and he earned it. Like, I've been with him every workout, summer 3 days, when nobody was talking to us, just 3 days, every day, and I'm right along with him.
Everybody kind of look at it now like, oh, you the all-time this down. Like, man, this right here was a grind and a journey.
He would hit one up and be like, Roger that. And then the crowd was just like, yeah, Roger that. He'll keep on saying that, Roger that. And whoa, Roger that. Y'all see that? Roger that.
I never really knew about the atmosphere. I never. But there ain't nothing like it. You getting that Winston game, you getting that Shaw game. It's like the ceiling about to break loose on top of you.
Well, that's it for another episode of The Fast Break. We always have a good time here. We appreciate you hanging out with us. If you get a spare moment, why don't you head on over to HBCUGameday.com, where we give you the latest in sports and culture for your favorite HBCU. We really do appreciate your company. And as always, man, we got to get out of here on a bucket. Oh. You hate it when that happens, but here's the lesson. You might miss 1 or 2 buckets, but still stay fresh to death. All right, get out of here. We'll talk to you later.